The future is doomed. After returning to his timeline and defeating both the evil androids and the vile wizard Babidi, Trunks thought he had saved his world. However, he was wrong. After only a few years of peace, the Earth was put in turmoil once more. A new, terrifying villain known as Goku Black had arrived to bring death and destruction across the planet. Trunks fought valiantly, but it was no use against such an overwhelming force. However, hope doesn't die that easily. In his darkest moment, just when Trunks is ready to give up, a savior appears. But it wasn't an angel that answered his prayers. It was the devil himself. Heaven versus hell. What if Devilman saved the future? Time froze for Trunks as he held the seemingly lifeless body of Mai in his arms. Surrounding him was a sea of flames that engulfed the destroyed remains of the city he once knew. Moments before, Trunks had been with Mai, running across the desolated landscape with the remaining fuel needed to power his old time machine. If they could just reach the time machine, they'd be able to get the help they need to change the future. However, their hopes were immediately shattered when a swirling vortex of darkness formed in the skies above. In an instant, a ki blast shot out from the tornado that strikes Mai dead on, knocking her back as she slams into the ground. Trunks roars in anger and strikes the vortex with his sword, but it's futile. Ominous red eyes appear within the vortex as a figure punches the sword, creating an explosion that knocks back Trunks as well. Trunks rushes over to Mai, holding her as he tells her to get up. But she doesn't. Tears fall from the hero's face as his emotions swell, trapped in a whirlwind of pain, loss, and sorrow he had hoped he would never feel again. All this time suffering, training, and surviving so he could defeat the androids. And for what? So that the world would be destroyed again? First Gohan, then his mother, and now Mai. He thought he had changed his future, but nothing changed. He still couldn't save anyone he cared about, and he still couldn't save his world.
Don't worry, Saiyan. You'll be joining her soon. Today is the day you will take your final breath.
Standing above the inferno stood the imposing figure of the being who had ravaged the planet. It was none other than Goku Black. The madman sneers, delighted at Trunks' suffering. Enraged, Trunks powers up to Super Saiyan 2 and attempts to fight back, but it's no use. Goku Black is just too powerful, and he knows it. If only he could find an opportunity to escape. If he can just grab that canister of fuel, everything would be alright. However, his hopes are ultimately crushed when Goku Black notices the fuel canister nearby. When he sees Trunks dash towards it, Black blasts it to smithereens.
No, that was the last of the fuel. My mother died giving that to me. You've taken everything from me, you monster.
Trunks launches himself at Black, swinging his sword wildly in a blind rage. However, Black dodges each slice before catching the tip of the blade with his fingertips. He punches Trunks square in the gut, which stuns the swordsman, knocking him out of Super Saiyan as he falls to his knees. As Trunks lays on the ground, attempting desperately to catch his breath, Goku Black casually approaches him with the hero's sword in his hands. Black gloats as he proclaims that it would be poetic if he takes out this mutt with his very own weapon. Trunks thinks back to his mother and Mai, telling him to survive as Trunks stares at Black in defiance.
You filthy Saiyan. Even at the end, you continue to struggle in vain, like a worm trying to delay the inevitable.
No, this isn't the end. Even if I die here, there will be someone else who will rise up and take my place. But until that happens, I'll keep fighting as long as there's breath in this body.
Well said, boy. Trunks and Black swing around in surprise. There was someone else alive here in these ruins? Trunks was especially stupefied. That voice didn't sound like any of the Resistance fighters he knew. The pair turned their heads towards a ruined skyscraper, looking up to see a cloaked, ebony figure with glowing red eyes. Various bats emerge from the imposing figure, flying off into the night sky as the brilliant moon hovers overhead.
Oh, did I miss one of you mongrels during my purge?
It's rather ironic that a disgusting Kai like you has the audacity to call someone as fiendish and fabulous as I a mongrel. For the first time since he started his crusade, Goku Black is shocked. Curiously, Black asks how this stranger knew who he was. The mysterious man retorts smugly that he can recognize the smell of putrid angels from miles away. As Trunks looks on in confusion, the stranger asks Black what he's doing here, as Black proudly reveals his Zero Mortals plan, the only way to bring about true justice. The ominous being laughs, stating that his idea of justice is ludicrous. Only an angel would be so out of touch, he'd say.
That's a bold choice for your final words. Tell me, before I erase you from this reality, what exactly are you?
Isn't it obvious? I am the devil of justice! I am Devilman!
What a freak. I'll enjoy tearing you apart.
Goku Black drops the sword, telling Trunks to count himself lucky for gaining a few precious moments for his meager life. Black flies upward across the side of the skyscraper as Devilman unfolds his massive wings. He falls from the side of the building as the two fighters clash their fists together. The force of the impact is so powerful, it shatters every nearby window. Trunks can only sit there and watch as the battle intensifies. Although Black launches a volley of powerful key balls, Devilman is able to dodge all of his attacks and retaliate with a flurry of blows. Devilman smirks, remarking that this imposter doesn't hold a candle to the real Goku. Trunks, who was still laying on his knees, bolts up upon hearing that name. Goku. This demon guy knew Goku? Devilman taunts Black, confidently stating that the Wicked Ones have no hope in defeating him. Black is infuriated at the fact that this lowly hellspawn is causing him this much trouble. He demands that this wretched bat explain himself. Alright, I'll let you know as a parting gift. As long as there are evil, twisted desires in your heart, you will be powerless to stop me. I have a terrifying technique that will kill anyone with a wicked heart.
Is that right? A wicked heart? Sounds interesting. Go on then, show me! Show me this terrifying technique!
Devilman smiles, proclaiming that only fools would dare to challenge the great and terrible Devilman. The ebony hero charges up his ki, placing his fingers on his head and unleashing his mighty Devil Might beam. The beam connects with Black as he is engulfed in a bright purple light. My eyes! The light is so intense, Trunks has to cover his eyes. However, when the light dissipates, Black is gone. Had he done it? Was Goku Black really defeated?
You foolish mortals, you're all the same. Do you really believe your paltry parlor tricks can kill a god?
A voice rings out across the ruined city as Black taunts Devilman and his useless technique. Of course it wouldn't work on him. His heart is pure and full of righteous justice. Trunks clenches his fist in pure frustration. Could nothing stop this maniac? Yet, Devilman merely chuckles. Well, I must admit, I may have miscalculated, but that just means I have to kill you the old-fashioned way. The fight resumes as Black and Devilman leap into the sky, the brilliant moon illuminating them in their sadistic dance. Trunks could only watch in awe at the might at display. He could tell just from watching. He could feel it in his bones. Over the remains of West City, this would be the battle that decides the fates of humanity. An angel and a devil are locked in deadly combat. It was as if the apocalypse was at hand, and the forces of good and evil had turned the earth into its battleground. Yet, what could Trunks do? He couldn't stop Black before. What made him think he could stop him now? Pay attention, boy! Will you fight for what you believe is right, or will you sit there and die like a dog? Who else will be able to avenge the fallen? Trunks freezes right then and there as the faces of the people he lost rush through his mind. Gohan, his mother, Mai. No, Devilman was right. He couldn't let their deaths be in vain. He avenged his master by defeating the androids, and he swore to be this world's protector. His mom, Mai, and every other innocent that Black had slain. They wouldn't be able to make that monster pay. Even if it killed him, Trunks would make sure Goku Black answered to his crimes. Although Devilman seemed to be incredibly powerful, it seemed as if Black was slowly getting the upper hand. It was almost as if every strike that landed on the villain only served to make him stronger. Devilman charges toward Goku Black with his nails and fangs drawn, but the imposter is able to jump out of the way at the last possible moment. Black nearly strikes Devilman from behind with a surprise ki attack, but Trunks, empowered by Devilman to not give up, powers up into his Super Saiyan 2 state, slashing the blast away with his sword. Nice swings, boy. Although, are you sure that was the right decision? I am the great and terrible Devilman after all. Do you really want the help of a devil?
I don't care if you're the devil himself. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my world.
Lightning crackles across Trunks' aura as he holds tightly onto his sword. Devilman smiles menacingly, his ruby eyes glistening as he materializes his pitchfork. Well then, boy, I'd be more than happy to answer your prayers. Black stares coldly at the unsightly pair. Cockroaches really were hard to kill. He creates a massive black ki scythe as he charges at Devilman and Trunks. They clash their weapons together, resulting in a shockwave that shakes the earth as a marvelous display of purple, black, and yellow light fills the air. Black grins at Trunks, calling him an abomination and a monster just like that devil. If it wasn't for him and his reckless time traveling, these mortals wouldn't have had to die. His actions made him evil, an evil that needs to be purged. Trunks snarls in defiance.
You say my choices make me evil. Then that's what I'll be!
As their weapons grind and crackle upon each other, Devilman yells at Trunks to give in to his rage and show this nauseating god what it truly means to be a monster. Trunks roars as his anger is unleashed. Trunks' muscles bulge, his eyes turn white, and his aura expands, revealing a blue, otherworldly glow. Trunks had succumbed to his unyielding fury, tapping into the unknown power of Super Saiyan Rage. Trunks pushes forward as he pulls back his sword and punches Black's scythe. As Devilman flies back, the scythe explodes, which sends Black hurtling straight through several towers. Black is horrified at the raw energy radiating from Trunks as Devilman laughs maniacally. He applauds Trunks for showing off this truly terrifying display. He was a monster now, just like that Goku brat. Trunks proclaims to Black that he doesn't care about him or his justice. His reign of terror ends today. Trunks rushes towards Black, and it's not even a battle. It's a slaughter. Although Black has been slowly evolving throughout the fight, he still isn't at the level he needs to face off against the vengeful Super Saiyan. As Trunks pummels Black into a rotting skyscraper, the building collapses on top of him. Black weakly stands up out of the rubble, and as he tries to get his bearings, a laugh echoes in the air. Black looks around erratically, demanding to know where he is. Does he think that a rotten cur like him and that mutt have any hope in destroying something as beautiful and absolute as he? Devilman laughs even louder as he then asks Black if he's ever felt fear before. Red eyes shine in the dust as Black sees what looks like an image of a hideous demon. For a moment, Black is afflicted with fear as his guard dissipates from sheer fright. A pitchfork, shining and dense, purple key suddenly shoots out from the smoke and pierces Black straight through the heart. A splash of crimson stains the surrounding rubble as the fork goes clean through the rogue Kai, lodging firmly into the ground. As Black coughs out blood, Devilman appears before him. Do you feel that? That sensation of overwhelming fear when faced with your own death? That's the same thing all your countless victims felt before they perished. Share their pain and understand what it truly means to be a mortal. As Goku Black dies, Devilman tastes some of his blood before promising that he'll torture him personally once he gets to hell. Shortly afterwards, Trunks finds Devilman in the wreckage of the skyscraper, standing over the body of Goku Black. He powers down, thanking Devilman for all of his help, but before he can continue speaking, Devilman politely tells Trunks to bring back the blonde hair. Their fight isn't over yet. At first, Trunks doesn't know what he means, until a voice sounds up from above them. You wicked sinners, what is going on here? Where is my partner? Where is Goku Black? Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Goku boy.
What are you, gay?
Yeah.
What?
Zamasu appears overhead, demanding to know where his partner was. Devilman points over to the impaled body of Goku Black, asking if that's what he was looking for. Zamasu becomes enraged, asking these foul beasts what the meaning of this was. As Trunks powers up back into Super Saiyan Rage, Devilman smirks as he states that this is retribution. The pair charge at Zamasu, and they are able to easily overpower him. He wasn't nearly as strong as Goku Black. However, no matter how many fatal blows they strike, Zamasu is able to easily regenerate. Zamasu mocks them, stating that his immortality makes him impervious to any harm. He had conquered death. Even though his partner may be long gone, he alone will be enough to execute his zero mortal plan. His dream of a universe without mortals would become reality. Trunks pans exhaustively as he asks Devilman if he knows anything that could possibly take him out. Devilman grins as he says he may have one idea that could work. He requests that Trunks stand down for now as the Saiyan nods. He could trust this man, even if he was a devil. As Devilman strikes Zamasu in a barrage of stabs with his pitchfork, he taunts the Kai, asking him what he truly desires. Zamasu reiterates that he wants to bring justice to this realm and free it of mortals so that peace may reign. However, Devilman delightfully asks if that's what he really wants. Is it really justice that he desires? Or is it something more? Maybe he just wants to purge all mortals because he enjoys it. As Devilman continues to taunt and ridicule Zamasu, his rage grows more and more. Of course he was doing this for justice. There's more to this than a simple massacre for his own pleasure. He was a god. He was doing this for the good of the universe. Right? Devilman chuckles with delight. He could sense the storm brewing in the Kai's heart. Zamasu was at the tipping point. This was it! Would you like to know what I think? I think that this Zero Mortals plan was never about altruistic justice or peace. You did this simply because you wanted to. You wanted to kill those you felt were simply beneath you, because you had the power to do it. You are nothing more than a sadistic killer with delusions of grandeur, hiding behind the facade of a divine god. You are a pathetic, hollow murderer and nothing more. Shut up! Yes, I did it because I was mortified at the mere sight of mortals, their disgusting habits, barbaric demeanors, and their wretched ignorance was a blight on everything I stood for. I was glad to kill them all. Zamasu begins to laugh uncontrollably as Trunks looks on in disgust. Zamasu's tirade continues. Eradicating mortals was the most fun and fulfilling thing he had ever done in his entire life, and no one could stop him from killing again. Devilman smiles fiendishly as his fangs bared through his lips, his eyes shining. Finally, he could see it! The festering evil in his heart. It was finally there, laid bare for him to see. Devilman places his fingers on his forehead once again, asking Zamasu if he knows what the most destructive force in existence is. Zamasu frowns. It was clearly him and his own divine justice. Devilman grinned uncontrollably, shaking his head as his ki spikes. No, you deluded fool. The most destructive force in the world is negativity. It is true power. Negative energy exists in all living things. It's created from emotions such as fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, and aggression. I can manipulate this energy, convert it into beams of destructive power that annihilate anything in its path. And right now, my little foe, I have you square in my sights. As Devilman charges his ki even further, Zamasu lashes out, calling him an ignorant buffoon. Did he forget that he was immortal? Nothing he could possibly do could kill him. Devilman confidently proclaims that he knew that, and he was counting on it. Zamasu suddenly breaks out in a cold sweat. What did he mean by that? Maybe he should try to dodge that attack. However, before he can even think about escaping, Trunks suddenly appears in front of Zamasu, his sword glistening in his hand.
There's no way I'm letting you go that easily. This is for my mother, and the rest of humanity. It's over, Zamasu!
Trunks' ki skyrockets as he swings his sword upwards with all his might, the will of the fallen empowering his body, bisecting Zamasu in a spectacular fashion. As Zamasu regenerates, Devilman yells at Trunks to get out of the way. Trunks leaps away as Devilman launches his Devil Might beam. The beam hits Zamasu dead on, screaming in agony as he is enveloped in a bright purple light. When the bright glow dissipates, Zamasu is seen standing, seemingly unharmed. However, Zamasu's twisted smile contorts into a look of pure agony as he gasps for air, his hand clutching his chest.
What is this? What did you do?
Oh, did I forget to tell you? The Devil Might Beam amplifies the evil, negative thoughts dwelling in people's hearts, causing it to explode!
You truly are a fool. I am immortal. I can simply regenerate my heart. And once I have, I'll crush you like a...
However, before Zamasu can continue with his threats, he screams in pain once again. As he lands on his knee, writhing in pain, Zamasu yells out to the clouds, into the heavens, demanding to know what the meaning of this was. Hasn't anyone taught you some manners? It's rude to interrupt someone before they're done speaking. As I was saying, the Devil Might Beam is a technique that amplifies the evil within hearts. However, it doesn't end there. No. Just like true justice, it does not cease until all evil has been eradicated. The technique will only stop once the source of its target's evil has been utterly vanquished. Since you are immortal, and you will constantly regenerate your heart, then that simply means that the Devil Might Beam will never cease. Don't you see this magnificent truth? Your heart will explode, and once it regenerates, it'll explode. And when it regenerates again, it'll simply explode once more. Again and again, you will be trapped in this unending cycle of pain, unable to escape your terrifying new reality. You will suffer for all eternity. Trunks gulps as he looks at the flailing body of Zamasu, who is now convulsing on the floor. Truly, this was a fate worse than death. As Zamasu continued experiencing his heart rupture, repair, and erupt anew, his mind soon became unable to handle the enormous amount of pain and stress he was experiencing. After a while, Zamasu's yells turned into mumbled gasps of air before simply devolving into silence. All that remained of the once splendid god of justice was a twitching body in the middle of a ruined road. Once it became clear that Zamasu was no longer a threat, Trunks took a deep breath and sighed in relief. Finally, it was over. He walked over to Devilman, the one who had answered his call in his time of need and helped him save the world.
Excuse me, Mr. Devilman, sir. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. I don't know if I'll ever be able to repay you.
Think nothing of it, boy. You owe me nothing. As a matter of fact, I should be the one thanking you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I owe you, and the rest of the innocents who lived on this planet, an apology. I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner. Trunks is surprised to hear this, as he recalls that he had never heard of this guy before today. If there was someone as powerful as him before, then the battles against Babidi and the androids would have ended a lot differently. Maybe Gohan and his parents would still be alive. Trunks shrugs it off as he says it's fine, but Devilman shakes his head. He needed to share his story. When the androids first started causing havoc, he fled to Otherworld with his benefactor, fortune teller Baba. Disgraced by his own cowardice, he trained intensely in Otherworld for many, many years so he could become strong enough to face the androids himself. However, when he came back, the androids were already gone, defeated by him, by Trunks. Devilman thanks Trunks for saving their world. He truly has become a hero of justice, unlike this megalomaniac here. Trunks asks what they should do next as Devilman states that he'll take care of Zamasu. He knows a great place that'll be perfect for the likes of him. As Trunks laughs nervously, Devilman points to something behind him, telling the swordsman that he should probably tend to that girl's wounds. Trunks turns around frantically to find Mai, who was stirring herself awake. She was alive! As Trunks runs over to hug Mai, tears forming on his face, he turns back to Devilman, who had picked up Zamasu. Besides some occasional convulsing, Zamasu was practically catatonic. A shattered porcelain doll, a broken fragment of the god he was before. As he extends his wings, Devilman grins as he gives Trunks a thumbs up. The world is in your capable hands, Trunks. Remember, it is the duty of all monsters to continue protecting life and bring justice to those in need. If you ever require help, never forget that the devil will always be ready to answer the call. Ciao! Trunks waves goodbye as Devilman departs. Mai asks Trunks what's going on and who that weirdo in the tights was, as Trunks tells her that they are safe now.
No, don't worry about him. That was a friend. Thanks to him, we can finally live in peace.
Some time passes. Many, many miles away, we arrive at Baba's palace. Within its halls, Baba approaches Devilman, asking him if he could do something about all that racket coming from his bathroom. Devilman shrugs his shoulders. He personally finds the screams of the damned to be rather pleasant. Baba barks into Devilman's ears, demanding that he do something about the noise or she'll kick him out into the desert. Devilman relents, mumbling to himself that maybe he could just sew his mouth shut. Deeper inside the palace, we see Devilman's arena, the Devil's Toilet. Within this gothic chamber are two enormous demon statues made of stone, both sitting on porcelain thrones and facing opposite each other. Beneath the statues are a viscous pond full of deadly, boiling acid, and within that pond, bubbles plop above the surface as the muffled cries of Zamasu ring throughout the arena. Cries that no one would ever answer. Hello everyone! Thanks for watching. This has been What If Devilman Saved the Future. You know, I never thought I'd actually finish one of my stories, but now, here we are.
This is a great achievement for the channel, if I do say so myself. I've had this idea for Devilman for over 3 years now, but due to one complication or another, it wasn't able to work out. It wasn't until earlier this year that all the planets aligned and this video could finally see the light of day. I hope you all enjoyed this little series. Devilman became a hero, and Zamasu got exactly what he deserved. The Devilmite Beam is no joke. I wanted to thank everyone who helped make this series a reality. Thank you to SmugStick for providing his voice for future Trunks. His voice for the character really fits so well, and I think he did a great job here. Thank you to Ozzy the Brave 92 for editing the audio in this series. I know that listening to my voice for multiple hours must have not been a fun experience. I can always count on you to make my narration sound the best they can be. Finally, thank you to the video editor, raghmane, for his immaculate work and vision. I can always trust raghmane to take on a project and knock it out of the park with his unique style. Oh, and thank you all for watching this series and giving it just so much support. I hope to bring you all a brand new series very soon. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and maybe hit the bell for any future updates. How do you feel about this series? Let me know any comments, questions, or concerns in the comments section down below. I love to hear what you all have to say. If you want to help out the channel a bit more, then please share this series around to all your friends who you know like Dragon Ball. As always, my name is Professor Chimp. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all next time.